Yeah, Daniel wasn't too chuffed when he heard he's playing Wave. He doesn't like that matchup, even though he's been the #1 guy in Salt Mine 3 for North America so far. He is crushing, or he's going very even with Wavy again right now. So yeah, that's over in Fear's channel. I think we're in are we in a squad stream? Can you guys type 2 in chat if we're in a squad stream? I thought we were, but maybe we're not. I tried to set one up on my end. But yeah, I'm not very good at this. I'm not a pro streamer. And Diaz is already winning 1-0.
Are these some of the mechanics that you're talking about, Johnny?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like this Diaz mechanic. I know you love kickoff goals, so I knew you're going to be a fan of that one, Rizzo.
He's looking. Yeah, he's. I mean, he probably did that for you.
Yeah.
He's on a showdown. No, give me like a little comparison. So like Diaz kind of hopped onto the scene out of nowhere. You're saying super mechanical.
Yeah.
What does he remind you of?
It sort of reminded me of I'm gonna say Jan when he started playing because they are both Brazilian, but Jan loves air dribble bumps. I know you yourself love air dribble bumps.
Of course.
Affectionately named air dribble challenges. Jan loves those. Diaz not really. I think you're actually gonna like him because he's not a very physical player. He's had some of the lowest numbers of air dribble bumps and air dribble attempts out of anyone in this tournament. He just likes to outplay his opponent clean. And I think out of anyone in EU and NA, the amount of full pitch air dribble attempts I've seen have easily been the most per game. So yeah, Diaz is very much like an air dribble, clean outplay kind of main.
Okay, well, let's see if he can get something going here. It already looks like a clean outplay. 50. Couldn't quite go through. Firstkiller's gonna actually get this one away.
This is where he likes to do full pitch air dribbles from. Firstkiller's all over him. He probably knows this. If he leaves Diaz on that back wall, it's a full pitch air dribble. But it's a full pitch air dribble anyway. Just in the
no
back
matter
corner.
where he comes
Diaz
from.
at the reset. Top pins, it's in!
Oh, no way!
How do you like that one, Rizzo?
I didn't mind it one bit, Johnny. I didn't mind it. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, basically anywhere you leave him from, he's just going to do it anyway.
Yeah, he just air dribbles from anywhere. So, I mean, you're probably not the only one who's watching Diaz for the first time. He's that new to the scene. He's one of the next up in South America. They just keep producing these mechanical wonder kids. And unlike most of them, Diaz can actually get a slightly better connection to USC server. He's currently playing with 116 ping. I've seen him get as low as 80. So this isn't the absolute best server you can get, but he just said, this is fine. He said, yeah, playing Firstkiller with 116 ping. Let's run it. And again, going for that back corner setup. Firstkiller's diving in. He knows that he's going to set it up, but it's a fake. It's just a shot. He's got the smarts as well.
That is such an insane outplay, and Firstkiller just completely fell for it. By the time he turned, it was already too late.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, Firstkiller knows if he lets Diaz air dribble full pitch, you're going to have an impossible shot to save. So he's trying to close the gap there, stop the air dribble before it can get started, and now he just gets the ball struck into his own net. Fake kickoff by Diaz as well. And is he going to go for it? Yes, he is. Air dribble from his own back corner. Just why not? He's at the ceiling height. He's got the reset. So much boost left over. And it's in the
I've seen enough! I've seen enough, Johnny! This guy wins it all! I'm calling it here! He just keeps doing it. It doesn't matter! You guard the air dribble, it's in! You don't guard it, it's also in!
I mean, I told you, it's what he does. He just air dribbles. And it looks unstoppable. When he's on form, the only guy who's been able to stop him is Daniel. And, you know, Diaz was in a grand final against Daniel when Daniel was able to stop this. So he felt like he's playing a little bit nervously. Will he go for another full pitch air dribble? He's thinking about it. He's like, how do I get
He'll go low this time.
position? Yeah, maybe a bit too far away there. He's such a smart player. I'm really impressed with his decision making. He doesn't go for, you know, all in commits for no reason. He really is picking his spots well.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen so far, he doesn't force his offense. I feel like a lot of players in ones will make that mistake.
Yeah.
And just like overextend a little bit. Actually, speaking of, he did overextend a little bit, but this is on a fake challenge. He actually wasn't on offense here. He just kind of misread Firstkiller on that sidewall, and Firstkiller did a great job of taking advantage of that.
Yeah, it's a good turn there by Firstkiller. It's not easy to get the ball rolling from that kind of dead stop. And yeah, he's got his first goal of the game. Firstkiller, after winning stage 1 of Salt Mine 3, finished 5th place in his group in stage 2, but he's just won his group in stage 3 in the run up to this one. Oh, what a slot! I mean, no doubt Diaz is expecting this to go top corner, but Firstkiller just kind of slides it to the bottom left with a good bit of pace as well. I mean, he got multiple touches in that one.
Yeah, Diaz already in the worst position possible. Firstkiller already has the flip reset. He's staring him down. Diaz basically just has to make a guess, couldn't guess correctly.
Yeah, so, Firstkiller's just almost as undefendable when he gets rolling as well. That's kind of like the NA1's meta right now. It's just undefendable air dribble flip resets, and I don't mind it. Diaz. Oh, he fakes one there. He's gonna let it bounce into a ball carry, actually. And that's not a bad flick as well, but Firstkiller's landed beautifully. Still roll in with the recovery. Diaz has to concede possession back corner.
Oh, I thought he actually found the angle there. Diaz is trying to keep the aggression going. Firstkiller does lob this away, but will be in Diaz's control, and this is a great first touch setup. Takes the shot as well. Firstkiller will hit that off of his own bar. Diaz has to take it back once more, but we know he loves this position.
Yeah, this is basically an open net for Diaz if he can just get the ball rolling. Firstkiller trying to put some pressure on him. It's not sitting up for the full pitch air dribble at the moment, but Diaz isn't going to panic about that. Again, he's not like forcing it. He's just waiting for it to naturally happen. Wait a minute, is he on goal here?
I think he on goal.
Oh,
he didn't!
It hit the post well.
And it's perfect placement on the near own goal.
Yeah, bit of a let off there. Diaz almost followed through with a demo with an own goal. But so far he's controlled Firstkiller. It's a miss from Firstkiller as he lets Diaz back into play. Oh my goodness, what a turn though. Diaz can't get back. Firstkiller might have mistakenly dropped the ball, but he recovered beautifully and actually made the most of it with a fake infield dribble.
Yeah, we actually seen something very similar with the first goal as well. Diaz getting a little bit too aggressive on his challenges. He is fake challenging, but he's going a little bit too heavy on them. He's overcommitting a bit, and Firstkiller just, I mean, light flicks just over his head.
A big kickoff win for Diaz. He's got a lot of boost to play with here. Great flick. Firstkiller somehow saves it and smoothly recovers. Diaz is going to try and pop it overhead. But Firstkiller, of course, managing his boost to perfection. Pings it middle and starts grabbing small pads again. Circling the edge of the box, trying to recover before Diaz comes in for the air dribble bump. Now I said that's not really something he prioritizes, but he's been trying to add it to his game. The first one has not worked, but it's also not backfired too harshly.
Yeah, he still has possession here. Firstkiller getting lower and lower on boost. He's stuck with 3 at the moment. He can't do anything. Diaz has had full control of this offense for what seemed like an eternity. Yeah,
that'll give Diaz a lot of confidence. The fact that he was able to break down Firstkiller's goal line defense, because, you know, when he did lose to Daniel in Stage 2 Grand Finals, it was similar kind of positions to this, where Daniel would just save again and again, and eventually Diaz would be the guy running out of steam in offense before Daniel runs out of defensive ideas. That time it's the other way around. Firstkiller has enough boost to play with. Diaz looking to play the ball to space. I don't think he's going to get this one first. It's right to Firstkiller. What a hit that is! You cannot give Firstkiller a clean shot at goal. He just hits the ball too hard.
Yeah, that is a great way to capitalize from FK. He just sees Diaz so far up that sidewall and just launched it downfield. It's fairly routine, but big mistake from Diaz once again in the midfield.
Minute and 2 to go. It's been Firstkiller chipping away at that lead. It was up to 5 very quickly. Now just 2 goals. Diaz under pressure after this kickoff as well. Firstkiller shoots it on target, but off the post. Well, that might have actually been a chance for Firstkiller, who's now conceded.
How does this keep happening?
I mean, Firstkiller, he had an opening there to make it a 1-goal game, and a rare miss hit gives it away to Diaz, who does well there. That's a bit of a tricky shot off the corner ball bounce, but Firstkiller kind of gave it to him.
Yeah, we've seen both these players now kind of greed a little bit too heavily for the mid boost. We'll see if they can clean that up into the rest of the series. FK. Oh, he almost got this over Diaz, but Diaz actually has to back up for boost here, so Firstkiller has another chance on this. Straight off the ceiling. Doesn't play a flip, though. He'll try to get this on the right side, and he executes beautifully.
Ceiling double tap, caught it into an air dribble, and then just got a few more touches to take it away from Diaz, who was no doubt expecting a reset. It's usually ceiling double reset, so now Firstkiller just air dribbling. Completely catches Diaz off guard, even at a bump. Not that he needed one, I think the ball was already in. 36 seconds to go. Firstkiller on the comeback trail. He's had by far the better second half of the game, and he's got a chance to make it 6 for himself. Take off his low. The flick is too high. Well, I mean, he's done incredibly well to dig that one up high, but too high. Can he score the open net before Diaz recovers? Firstkiller wants the perfect placement. He's boomed the post.
He has another chance at it, though. He's going to take this right back up the sidewall. Goes off the ceiling. Diaz is already up for it. The 50 win is in Firstkiller's favor, but he needs to be quick. Diaz already back at the midfield. Firstkiller needs to get it over him once more, but he can't quite do it. Diaz with the lob upfield will secure game number 1.
Well, you know, after the 5-0 start, I think that'll probably be promising for Firstkiller. But Diaz clearly has so much potential. When he can get into those perfect positions, he looks pretty unstoppable. And yeah, he did just have far more possession than Firstkiller on the next ranked post-game stats. Now, I've got to tell you guys who are watching on YouTube, I'm pretty sure that, well, if you watch this immediately when it goes live on YouTube, you might just catch the very end of the promotion for the next rank. FairJame.com using the YouTube link in the description. For you guys watching on Twitch, it's still up for a few days now, so !TNR in chat if you want to get the 15% discount when the course releases early 2024. But don't panic if you missed it. If you're too late to pick that one up, then you can still get free content by signing up to the nextrank.com email list. We've got 7 videos and counting, one going out every week for you guys to help you get better at Rocket League and rank up in your own games. Yeah, the course will obviously still be available for everybody. Discount code for you guys watching on Twitch is still up, so definitely check that out. We've got, wow, since it's game 3 already for Daniel versus Wavy. I mean, Daniel wasn't too happy about playing against Wavy, but he's seemingly bodying him on Fierce channel. It's yeah, 2-0 lead in game 3. We're only in game 2 over here.
Yeah, he's off to an incredibly quick start over there. Did he cause a forfeit? How is it so quick? Or did we start late?
Well, we were definitely later starting,
okay.
But that's still very impressive for Daniel to be handling a guy. Wavy beat him in stage 2, and they went to game 5 last time they played as well, so that's a big result for Daniel, who seems to be the tournament favorite. Right now, Daniel and Firstkiller are on opposite sides of the bracket. If they're going to stay on opposite sides of the bracket, they need to both win or both lose in this match right now. Well, obviously there are different matches. Firstkiller is losing, Daniel is winning, so that would have them on a collision course should Firstkiller run the elimination part of the bracket. Hey, he's not done yet. Obviously Firstkiller had a great end to that game, and he's looking to have a great start to this game with the flip reset. Perfect catch after faking the high shot, and ties the game with ease.
This is such a hard defensive position to be for Diaz. He's playing this right side because the ball is fading so hard to the corner, but Firstkiller with a great catch and cut brings it all the way back to the opposite end. Diaz just goes flopping the other way.
Yeah, both players are probably going to struggle in defense against each other, but if I had to pick somebody to find a way to defend against the other, it would be Firstkiller. I think he's historically and currently just had some of the best defense in the world of 1v1. Whereas Diaz, a lot more of that offensive kind of guy. Firstkiller has overcommitted there after defending his back corner boost, or attempting to. Diaz with perfect control and an effortless finish. I mean, he makes it look so easy.
Yeah, he really did.
He air dribbled and dropped the ball to the front of his car for the shot so seamlessly.
It's just, you just have to appreciate it. It's just so flawless. The way he's, even the end of the air dribble, he just like let it go. He just dropped it.
He can set up whatever he wants in the air. It's beautiful to watch. Yeah, the mistake for Firstkiller, I think, was thinking he could get that back corner boost or fight for it, but can he match Diaz blow for blow? Air dribble now for FK. Diaz started on the back wall, couldn't get down fast enough to block it, and it's a reset for Firstkiller as well. As heavyweights continue to slug it out.
It just feels like both these players are trying to create their montage right now. They're just constantly going for these air dribbles, consistent flip resets, and they've been perfect placement as well.
Diaz been a bit sneaky with a couple of the kickoffs so far in this series. None needed in this position. Firstkiller will come away with the ball though. What option is he going to go for? A fake challenge from Diaz. Firstkiller actually not feeling too comfortable there, as he had to hit the ball away just in case Diaz was really going for it. That's a massive win for Diaz. It might not look like it, but he just dispossessed Firstkiller without having to defend a shot, which is, you know, in a matchup like this, always nice to have. Oh yeah, you can't defend that one though. Again, you can't give Firstkiller looks from anywhere in the pitch. He just booms it so consistently into your net.
It did also seem like Diaz, it was possible for him to actually turn for that.
Yeah.
And cut it before Firstkiller got back to it, but he kind of greeted for the boost a little bit. He kept going.
So 3-2, Firstkiller with his first lead in the series. He has definitely been on the upward trend.
Uh-oh.
That's almost in. It is in! Firstkiller with a massive kickoff win to the inside. Diaz wanted to push it into that sidewall of Firstkiller. Quite happy to let him do that, because it's a sidewall in Diaz's half.
I'm sure Firstkiller wouldn't mind that one bit.
He won. But yeah, it's up to Diaz now to switch it up, because Firstkiller just crushed him on the inside. So Diaz will have to be goal side on this kickoff, which he is. Still not a win for him, but it's better than having the ball in your net. Firstkiller kind of lost control there. Diaz anticipated the challenge correctly. And now demos Firstkiller. It is open for a moment here, but it's a tough shot. Diaz sinks it with the air roll.
Just a great play from Diaz here, finding the opening by demoing Firstkiller. But it all just comes off of an aggressive challenge as well. Firstkiller just kind of dives into it, gets exploded, and Diaz taps it away, cuts this lead down to 1.
Firstkiller still, for me, has had the better run of the game from 5-0 down in the first game to bring it back to a 2-goal difference, and now controlling most of this second game as well. And it's Firstkiller with a full pitch air dribble. He doesn't have a lot of boost left over though. Has to shoot with the pogo. And, you know, that's been the difference for me when I look at Diaz full pitch air dribbles. He always has about 30 boost left when he gets to that, you know, striking point. Whereas Firstkiller didn't. Oh, what a save! Firstkiller somehow stops Diaz in his tracks. And now with the counter attack, he might be going up by 2. How's the bounce? It's going to roll up.
Yeah, he's playing it super patiently, though. I love this from Firstkiller. He has the ball off the crossbar. Diaz still able to get back to it. Still on top of it, but he has no boost to work with. Firstkiller hitting this one away, buys himself some time, buys a lot of time, actually letting that go even further to the corner. And now he's going to set up full pitch dribble. Fakes the flick. Diaz clears it to the side. Firstkiller once again will take control, but Diaz is able to grab the mid boost this time.
Yeah, no full pitch air dribble there by Firstkiller. He's just going to keep the ball in his back corner. Diaz has to come in and do something because Firstkiller's not forcing the issue here. He's quite happy to sit with that 1-goal lead and wait for a real clear-cut chance. Firstkiller's being very careful, not moving into a position to get bumped when Diaz flips into the ball and follows through. He lost his boost. Diaz pops it over him. Firstkiller's got phenomenal boost management here. 72 left over. He's missed his shot, but Diaz definitely let his guard down there. Underestimated Firstkiller's boost.
Yeah, here comes Diaz down the other end. Firstkiller with an instant challenge. It's going all the way to the net. Firstkiller just has to tap it in, and he's extended his lead to 2.
Yeah, Firstkiller just switching it up a little bit here. He played a very slow game for the past minute, and now on the respawn just launches himself into the ball. Looks like that completely caught Diaz by surprise. He wasn't ready to move the ball or low 50 it. Minute and 45, Firstkiller's definitely on the rise here, whereas Diaz definitely hit a bit of a speed bump. Still got that set up ready. I mean, he can air dribble from anywhere. You've got to think it's happening at some point. Going for that ground game. Firstkiller intercepts once. He's got more to do, and he does. Firstkiller stops Diaz.
That's a great bump.
Once again, and he scores. And yeah, I think it's probably not enough for Diaz. He should maybe be going back to that offense that was working earlier on, instead of going for these safer options.
Yeah, I feel like Firstkiller's defense has stepped up immensely. You can see him going off basically the side of the goal, or even, you know, the top of the goal, but he gets so much momentum going outside of it to just boom the ball all the way upfield. And he had an easy opening on the bump there as well, but it was mainly because of his first touch on defense.
Yeah, Firstkiller unluckily only able to put the ball into his own net here. Diaz is doing everything he can to flick it immediately on target. Yeah, no boost left over Firstkiller. So, you know, a very important flick to know how to do in 1v1, just a 0 boost flick from a dead ball when you win a kickoff like this. Diaz obviously knows how to do it. And he's hit Firstkiller with the same kickoff that Firstkiller scored earlier on. So pivotal reversal there. You see Firstkiller's changed up his strategy from earlier on when he did this. Yeah, when you're going for the big win to the outside and your opponent's goal side flips the same way, it's in your net, simple as, and it's now just a 1-goal win.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was just thinking the same exact thing about that kickoff there. So I'm glad you mentioned it.
It's a classic. It's in fact the classic. This used to happen maybe 10 times every single series. Not so much these days. You've seen it, what, twice in this? That's already, I think, more than you usually see it. But we'll have to wait and see. Both these guys have been pretty committed to winning kickoffs, not just avoiding the loss. Hold on, Diaz got an open net here. Yes, he does. Well, that's a tie game. And Firstkiller's lead is in shambles. 51 seconds to go. He just gets dusted.
Yeah, Diaz has been stepping it up in the midfield here as well, constantly getting in Firstkiller's way, getting these 50s. I mean, that one you saw just went straight up, and it gave him such an easy opening to tap that one in. But Firstkiller needs to be a lot more careful about defending the ball when he is in control in the midfield.
Well, Diaz next chance to score. Firstkiller back to him. Diaz drops it low. Firstkiller was in the way. Boost is about to spawn. Firstkiller takes it far side instead. He is going for the all-in play with the aerial. He's got actually so much boost left over. This isn't even all-in, but he doesn't need the boost left over because he scores first time. Firstkiller up by 1 with the dunk underneath Diaz pre-jump.
Yeah, this is such a big adjustment from Firstkiller too, because his first touch was incredibly heavy, and I think he wanted a flip reset there, but once he realized he had to play a 50, he played it patient, and he didn't overextend, he didn't get too aggressive, so he was able to capitalize on his first initial mistake.
And Diaz with a low bounce dribble. Full volley. Oh, well played. I mean, Firstkiller is faking a challenge in no man's land there, but you don't want to see your opponent shooting when you do that. Diaz, though, perfect timing with the half volley. Really not a lot of angle to set that one up, so he had to clip it clean. That's exactly what he did. Another tie game. It's Diaz who has had the pressure for the tail end of this one. Firstkiller might be able to sneak this one through. He decides to go for the safer option instead, but has Diaz got goal side? Yes, he has. It's very awkward for both players here. Firstkiller in reverse, trying to keep control. He has to just jump in the way of the ball, though. Diaz is coming for him.
Oh no, Diaz now has a flip reset. He tries to shoot it under him. Firstkiller able to get the save, and he's still in front of the ball. This is dangerous for Diaz. Firstkiller. It's a high bouncing ball. Diaz has no contact made. Firstkiller's already up. The flip reset. Oh, it's underneath him! How did Firstkiller do this?
Huge mind game by Firstkiller. 0-second air dribble play with the reset. Fakes the shot. Wave dashes to catch it. And then lifts it into the open net. Diaz thought he had a chance to just ground it there, but it bounced up. And it's Firstkiller tying the series after an incredible back and forth. Wow. Diaz definitely tested him, but well played, Firstkiller. What a stand at the end.
That touch by Diaz has to be one of the worst feelings of trying to spike it to the ground and seeing it go 80 feet into the air.
Oh, it's so well played by Firstkiller. Diaz was still in the way of him, but even at the end, Firstkiller had to make a goal line save against a low shot by Diaz as well. And Diaz definitely bringing the mix-ups to this match. I hope he starts off this next game with that same, kind of aerial idea that he did in game one. I really do think that is his best option, his most likely to work way to score. Obviously, he doesn't want to do it every time, but he sort of just stopped it himself. It wasn't because Firstkiller suddenly found a counter or stopped conceding. Diaz was just like, I don't know, I'm not feeling the full pitch air dribble anymore.
I think he can do it every time, though. Like you say, obviously he doesn't want to do it every time, but I've seen his placement. His placement's nice. So
or do we just want to see him do it every time?
Yeah, I also do just want to see it.
I think we might just be biased.
But I think he's also capable of doing it. I mean, same with FK, right? If you're actually just getting... If you're in the perfect position, you get the flippers. There's so many times where defenders are just in no man's land, and it's so hard for them to even make any contact on the ball because the offensive player is just in full control.
Yeah. I think Firstkiller can do it from back corner air dribble anytime he wants, and he's not even all in. He's got so much boost left over. The only one that Diaz is more efficient with is the air dribble off his own back wall. I don't know how he arrives so far upfield with so much boost left over when he does that. More than anyone else in the game right now, it seems. But it's one that you could be just drilling in free play, like all day. Air dribble off back wall again and again. And Firstkiller has got the opening goal here from a flick when Diaz clear goes nowhere. That's definitely a mistake by the Brazilian, but well punished by Firstkiller. He's going for placement and sneaking it past the challenge to open the goal.
I've been waiting and looking around for some kickoff tomfoolery, but we haven't seen any.
Yeah, Firstkiller's pretty straight up with it. If you're likely to see some, it'll be Diaz faking. Oh, what a shot! 2-0 Firstkiller, regardless of the tomfoolery or not. That is how you use a kickoff advantage.
Oh, he catches him going for the pad too.
Yeah.
And he realized that as soon as he stepped out of the net, Firstkiller realized it's time to shoot. And the placement was spot on as well.
This could be 3-0 easily for Firstkiller. It is. Firstkiller starting to really gain some ground here. Game one was, fast out the gate by Diaz. Firstkiller managed to claw back and make the scoreline a little bit more respectable towards the end. Game two was a deadlock for most of it, but now Firstkiller's turn to race out to an early lead. Diaz has hardly seen the blue half so far. He's not going to see it here either. It's Firstkiller again. Firstkiller is just too strong. It's really up to Diaz in these moments to be going for a bigger change-up with the kickoffs. He's trying to push it right to the outside there. Not going to work. Firstkiller is too strong.
And Diaz needs to find something here. He needs to have some sort of answer back. And this opportunity feels like, I wouldn't say it's do or die, but you don't want to give up a 5-goal lead. 4 is pretty rough, but 5 is definitely worse, Johnny.
Yeah. I think the obvious Firstkiller is using wave dash recovery kickoff. Diaz should be, probably throwing up in a delayed kickoff at some point there to try and get Firstkiller out of his rhythms. When Firstkiller gets rolling with the kickoff momentum like that, he's just going to hit every single one of them perfectly. It's very hard to play against. Diaz didn't do that. Thought he could just fight with bystander kickoffs himself. And it looks like he was maybe mistaken. Firstkiller looking for the ground, double save by Diaz. Great interception, but his shot has gone wide. Or has it? Wait a minute. It's gone in!
It was a camera trick!
I'm a liar! Don't listen to me. It's in. It's perfect.
You got fooled. It was a camera trick. It did look like it was wide for just a second. But Diaz perfectly placing that on target. Did it curve?
That curl? Can you curl the ball?
Put a little rotation on it.
Is that a new feature? That would be pretty cool. Actually, no, curveball that was too hard. Please no.
Yeah, that one was very tough. But now, Diaz with an opportunity for possession. Only has 30 in the tank for this. Can he get it around Firstkiller? He's playing it extremely slow. He doesn't want to give up the ball for free. Firstkiller will have his chance at it, though. His first touch is great. Diaz hasn't jumped yet. He faked. Went back low. Oh, Diaz still able to get the save. Firstkiller will take it back for round 2.
Big race to the back corner boost here. Diaz plays for the ball instead. Oh, he's just outplayed Firstkiller with a great fake boost grab. Firstkiller thought Diaz was racing him to that back corner boost, and Firstkiller probably knew he's winning that race. So he just continued going for it, got tripped up, and scored on his Diaz now with 2 goals in a row.
I also didn't expect Diaz to be there. He was incredibly quick from the defensive half, getting clear and getting back to it. And now Diaz looks like he might have found a bit of an answer here for Firstkiller's kickoffs. Well,
that's going to make him feel a whole lot better. He's down 4-0, really up against it in game 3. The young Brazilian fighting back, and now just one more goal to pull it back to a complete deadlock, but still a long time left in the game, of course. Diaz should be able to get this one as well. I don't think he... No, surely not.
No way.
He is actually just scoring. Well, that is one way to do it. No need for the boost grab. No need for the long-term advantage. He just spots the opening and booms it in.
I mean, how defeating would it be to be Firstkiller here? You start off with a 4-goal lead. You know it can happen, but clearly you're really just hoping it doesn't. Firstkiller's lead has completely disappeared. He does have possession this time, but Diaz is already right there in front of it. Firstkiller once again will get the possession. Oh, he's in a straight line with the net. I was expecting the air dribble cringe. Diaz was as well. Went for the early challenge, and he got punished quickly.
Yeah, Firstkiller vision was too good here. He's actually used ball cam there to see around the ball. It's very creative. Diaz probably thought Firstkiller was blind to the challenge with the ball blocking his vision. Firstkiller loves to just, instead of looking around the ball with his right joystick, he'll just use ball cam. Just, a quick button press to turn the camera on the spot and see where his opponent is. And that's just another goal for Firstkiller. He was blocking Diaz landing here. Just, forcing Diaz to jump, otherwise getting bumped. And Diaz couldn't get any touch on the ball with the way Firstkiller made him jump early there.
That's a great play from Firstkiller. Threatening the bump. Diaz is always going to have to watch out for that. Firstkiller, an extremely aggressive player. Consistently at full speed, so you have to watch out for those demos as well. But now here comes Diaz down the other way. Has a flip. They're going to dance in the air in front of Firstkiller's net. Diaz still able to maintain control, though. And he'll take a quick shot. Firstkiller will be able to catch it and go to the corner.
Yeah, easy save there for Firstkiller. He's too quick across the goal now. Full pitch air dribble. Looking for the double tap. Firstkiller in free play on the counter attack. Up by 3 again. We are seeing such swings here. Yeah, Diaz underestimating Firstkiller. You can never shoot the ball across his goal and expect he's not going to know about it. Half the game to go, but Firstkiller's up by 3.
See if Firstkiller can keep the lead this time. Diaz, no, he can't.
Wait.
Oh! He was close. But he can't. He couldn't do it. Diaz with another kickoff goal to get right back into this.
I think, yeah, Firstkiller is trying to be very precise here, because if Diaz goes for the boost steal and Firstkiller can snipe the inside of the post, it's a counter-attack and probably a goal for him. But, I mean, when you try and go that close to own goaling, you could just own goal. So, a bit unlucky there for Firstkiller. Good idea. And now Diaz off the sidewall, early reset before Firstkiller could think about challenging. Diaz slots it low, and this time it's good. Firstkiller got close, but not close enough.
Yeah, this is perfect placement from Diaz once again. I love this play. Going for the flip reset and just playing it low. We see it from players like TRK. TRK does this a lot.
Does, yeah.
And it is such a hard one to read, because once that player has the flip, you have to respect that they can place it essentially anywhere. So the fake really gets you jumping early, and Firstkiller fell for it. Now Diaz back within 1. Firstkiller going for the demo. I was mentioning that earlier as well. how aggressive he can be. We'll get this ball to the corner. He is on top of Diaz, but now with possession, we'll try to play this high. He has to be careful. He doesn't want to give Diaz a free possession, so he doesn't want to overextend and give him a free goal.
Oh, he's done it though. Diaz he's absolutely slaughtered it. He hit it so hard. I mean, he found an opening. Firstkiller thought he could trip up Diaz. It didn't work. Now Firstkiller is looking for a 2-goal lead, and he gets it. Well, Diaz, he absolutely slammed the open net, which was a tough shot. He had to pull the trigger quickly and gets punished for his miss. Firstkiller up 8-6. It's been just an absolute goal glut in this third game.
Back to kick off. This one off the sidewall. Diaz almost had a chance to shoot. He actually beats Firstkiller to the boost. Firstkiller with nothing in the tank. Diaz, this is his best opportunity he's had. A quick shot, he'll make it count.
Clinical by Diaz. Didn't rush the attack here, just waited for the opening, let Firstkiller hit the ball to him. That was after a very interesting boost steal as well. You know, Diaz isn't all about the big, flashy freestyle goals. He's got the positioning as well. Decision making on point. Firstkiller chasing Diaz into his back corner. That's great job by Diaz, who's going to attempt the full pitch air dribble here. Firstkiller's up so early for it, completely shuts it down before Diaz can get going. That's how you stop Diaz. You don't want to give him any space, any time to get close to your goal. Oh, what a read by Firstkiller.
How did Firstkiller know that wasn't in? This one will be on target as well, but Firstkiller will be able to get the possession. Diaz is on that sidewall. He has to be careful. Firstkiller has a second flip. Oh, it's beautiful!
Firstkiller 9-7. Both players are scoring at will here. Saved his dodge, flipped onto the ball for the reset, and then flipped it past Diaz, who is flying in for the attempted challenge. We have seen a 16-goal game with 54 seconds left. Could we see 10 for Firstkiller? Diaz should be getting an 8th here, surely. No, he doesn't have enough boost to actually shoot the ball quickly. Firstkiller deflects it back corner, where Diaz is. It's a really advantageous position for Diaz, but Firstkiller's done so well. He's just stuck himself to the ball and will frustrate Diaz, who just wants control. He wants a chance to make this interesting at the end. And there it is, Firstkiller accidentally backflips.
This is a tough watch. There's nothing else to say to it. I can't even. How do you backflip in that position?
Yeah. I mean, is that something I swear I've seen you do that in your career, Rizzo. How does it happen? If there's someone who do it, it could be the guy who's got reverse bound to the joystick.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't quite remember the moment you're talking about, but let's see if Firstkiller can get back into this. He did have that crucial backflip in the last play, but get a flip reset here. He might be able to get that goal right back. Diaz now trailing down Firstkiller's line, but the bump from Firstkiller stops him.
Diaz actually parked on the back wall in front of Firstkiller. Trying to kill Firstkiller's momentum is dangerous, but I mean, he has actually given himself a chance here. No time left for a long setup. He's going for it with the delayed flick. Mind game low. Firstkiller gets in the way, but can Diaz keep it up? It looks like he can. Skies it, picks up the mid boost, and he can go again.
Has another chance at it. Ball on the hood. Oh, the early challenge from Firstkiller stops him. Firstkiller will take the game win. Ice
by FK. He's just playing the ball there. Diaz looking for mind games with a 0-second attempts. He had 2 attempts, it looked like, in 0 seconds there. Firstkiller stayed low, played the ball on both of them. And if Diaz is picked up on that, he will just be going for high flicks next time, because Firstkiller is not falling for these. Very close games here. Firstkiller winning game 2 and game 3 by 1 goal each. Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights. Like I said earlier on, we're just pretty much watching both these guys build a montage. And Rizzo, all the highlights for Salt Mine 3 have been brought to us by Chalkcast. Of course, you are the founder of Chalkcast, and now one of the 3 co-hosts. Why should people be checking out the Chalkcast, especially in the off-season?
People should be checking out Chalkcast because we provide the most analytical takes about Rocket League you have ever seen. We also have bonus episodes on our Patreon, patreon.com/Chalkcast, that provide all the insight, potentially about Rocket League, but also sometimes about more
real life,
fun and silly topics at other times.
Yeah, we've got 5 episodes recorded while we were, just taking a day between events. So we had solo queue finishing on Sunday. Salt Mine starting today and Tuesday. That left us with a Chalkcast day on Monday, because we recorded a bunch of episodes for the Patreon. We're up to, I think, 32 in total once they're all uploaded over the Christmas and New Year break. Oh yeah, exclamation mark Chalked in Twitch chat, or scroll down to YouTube description, not just for the Patreon link, but also the Discord. Join the community, get involved in the conversation in the off season. Yeah, plenty of chat, plenty to talk about in this off season with all these events. And Firstkiller scored. Okay, he slots it. Not sure if that was going in, but of course it's a Firstkiller long shot, destined for the net.
A little greedy from Diaz to, or maybe he got baited. Maybe not greedy, but he got baited by Firstkiller, going for that boost, and Firstkiller immediately recognized it and just decided to lob a shot onto net. Ends up finding its way between those posts, and Firstkiller will actually have another opportunity here. Another great first touch. Would you think Firstkiller would ever do anything different? The first touch, the flick, it's perfect.
Yeah, 2-0. I mean, both players have looked completely unstoppable with their aerial game, running up the goals in the last game. I mean, Firstkiller actually flicked that at such an interesting time. It looked like that was the one moment Diaz didn't expect a shot, because it was getting pretty low. So usually the mid-air flicks are hit from higher in the air. Maybe Diaz was lining himself up for a later contact. Firstkiller surprises it. Now top corner shot by Diaz. Oh, it's perfect. Wow. I mean, to beat Firstkiller from that range takes an excellent shot. And that's exactly what Diaz has done. Full volley from the edge of the box. Firstkiller actually only able to get a piece of it and stick it in his own top corner.
I'm surprised Firstkiller is even able to make contact with that ball. He almost got the save off the bar and out, but unfortunately for him, it did find its way in. And unfortunately for him, Diaz actually has another possession off this sidewall. He'll get a flip immediately. Firstkiller hasn't decided to go just yet. He's playing a 50, and it's not in the double, triple save from Firstkiller. He just keeps staying in front of it.
How did Firstkiller recover? He just dive bomb saves it like a hawk. Now 2-1 in his favor. Diaz trying to make it 2-2. Firstkiller's not going to give it to him. He's too decisive. Shuts down another Diaz direct approach. And it looks like the further into this series we go, just a slight more advantage Firstkiller is able to build. Now, we're going to take out Diaz, send him to the elimination final in the very next round.
I want to see Diaz do a complete fake kickoff here. I want to see it go to the corner, and I want to see the magic that you've been talking about, Johnny. But we're not going to see it.
I don't think he does that one, actually. I don't think he just leaves the ball.
He doesn't give me a full fake?
He does fake it. He doesn't do the full leave ball for sure, but yeah, he's okay. He's still confident in his direct play against Firstkiller. He's not, afraid to back out just yet. Firstkiller pre-jumped very early here, went a bit too high. Diaz rolls it in. I mean, he shouldn't be feeling too bad about these games. He's lost the last two, but they're both 1-goal differences. So this one being close as well is a good look for him.
And Diaz really sold that last air dribble too. He's played the fake so incredibly well. Now he's gonna have another chance at it. He'll just take the lob shot this time. Firstkiller is ready for it.
That's honestly another smart play by Diaz, because Firstkiller's pre-jumped a couple of air dribbles. So if Firstkiller pre-jumped again there, could have just been in his net. But yeah, this time Firstkiller didn't. Now he does. Firstkiller just picking his spots so well. Diaz plays the ball back into his corner. Will it be that air dribble? Looks like it might be. Starts to offer the heavy hit as usual. Reset, secured, and the fake goes in. It's just so convincing. Not even Firstkiller can stop it.
It's so hard to defend these two. Once the flip reset is there, that bounce on the goal line, Firstkiller's having a tough time reading it. Does he think Diaz is going to hit it? Does he think he's going to fake it? It's so hard to tell. He guesses wrong.
3-3, Diaz. A couple of successful outplays. Wall dash as he sets up another reset. Of course he's got it without any difficulty. Wants a dunk on FK, and he gets a dunk on FK. Diaz is in full top gear now. He's rolling in game 4. Firstkiller leaning away from that ball initially. Looks like he didn't read the dunk coming.
Yeah, we're watching an offensive masterclass now. Diaz has completely locked in. Just seems like he can do no wrong on the ball. He has another opportunity here. He decides to go for Firstkiller's boost. I really do like that play. Now he's playing on the line, playing some fakes, and he gets the 50 as well.
He faked that bottom corner shot twice just to get Firstkiller to drift out of position. And that last time, Firstkiller really thought he was going for it. Instead, it's the low 50 to the back post. 4-goal spree for Diaz. They're all coming from strong kickoff possession plays. Firstkiller Again, going to lose out on one. Diaz with the flip reset. Firstkiller dives in early, makes good contact. He's got half a tank of boost left over. Diaz just a bit less than that. Firstkiller looks like he's turned over the ball. Diaz does back down.
Firstkiller now with control, flicks early. Diaz will take it back. Does he go for the back wall redirect? He was incredibly close to that. And the low shot from Firstkiller will find its way, and I think Diaz might have used a little bit too much boost going for this miracle shot.
Did he get a touch on this? I heard it, but it doesn't look like he made contact. So if he touched that, it wouldn't have just continued going the same speed. That's kind of the point with these, well, with any redirect. So I swear, am I hearing things? I swear I heard contact there, but maybe it's just the,
go to bed, old man.
Spectator client, or yeah, I could have been hearing things.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the client.
Somebody help you.
We'll get you your medicine, buddy.
Have you heard
we'll get you your medicine, old man. Come on, let's go to bed.
Thank you.
Me and CJ will take over.
5-4, Firstkiller outplays Diaz early challenge, but he's hit the ball way too hard to catch up to. Diaz not getting the best first touch off the wall there, though. That'll invite Firstkiller's challenge, but Diaz absorbs it pretty well. Now the demo being threatened, Firstkiller has to run away, and in doing so, he leaves the ball. I mean, he saved himself there, but now he's got another full pitch air double to contend with. And you know Diaz will have a reset, obviously. Firstkiller blocks it well, and he's got the shot. Does he have enough power on it, though? I think Diaz is catching it.
I don't even think it's on target. Diaz still flips it the other way, so Firstkiller will get possession. Flips immediately, gets the momentum going the opposite way. Does he have the 50? He won't. Diaz, can he get out of the net in time? Won't try to rip a shot. He knows Firstkiller will be back. That was a bit dangerous for a second there, but check out Diaz now. Once again with possession. Flip reset once more. What is he going to do with it? He'll fake it. He'll try to go low, but the 50 won't be on the mark.
Yeah, Diaz has scored a bunch with 50-50s in mind games so far this series, but especially this game. Now Firstkiller missing his flick. That's a big mistake at a one-goal game, but Diaz gives it right back to him. Both players being very careless with their possession, and Firstkiller's got a demo. He lost all his momentum for it, though. Where's Diaz spawning? He's a genius. He spawns right in front of the ball, and then booms it right back to Firstkiller.
Firstkiller now catching this back in his half. Diaz hasn't contested yet. He'll play it slow, off of his own backboard. Firstkiller with another opportunity. He'll lob it to the backboard once more. We're about to see the Globetrotters come out to play. Firstkiller just off the backboard. One more. Why not one more? And finally, I'll shoot.
Clinical by Firstkiller. You can see Diaz lining up an in and out save, some kind of interception, so he didn't hit the ball on target when Diaz wanted him to. He just goes for the backboard again, and now we do have a 5-5 situation. Diaz will have a strong kickoff play, though. Not many angles to work with here. He's going straight at Firstkiller. He saw the reverse challenge coming, but didn't get a massive outplay. Diaz flicking it past him to set up the boost steal. And he gets demoed as he tries to go for the air dribble in Firstkiller's back corner.
Firstkiller still in control. He'll lob a shot at the net. Diaz will be able to get back to it.
Oh, so close.
Barely dodges the demo. This is actually a great opportunity. Firstkiller does a great job of stopping it. And we see Diaz back the other way. You know he loves these back wall air dribbles, but he doesn't do it this time.
Interesting. I mean, Firstkiller was gunning it down the middle, trying to get close to him. Diaz instead goes for the ground shot. It's going to be top corner, but wide. And now again, we have a 0-second play into the deck for OT. It's Firstkiller on match point. Diaz trying to survive.
We'll see if he can this kickoff. This might be the first complete stalemate kickoff we've seen the entire series. Diaz ends up getting control. The flick is extremely weak. Dodges Firstkiller's bump. I'm surprised that was his first instinct, but this save is not great. Firstkiller still going for more bumps. He's going to take the shot, and it's a little bit high.
Oh, Diaz has a little bit of boost left over here. He's trying to get to the ball fast enough. That wall dash gives him so much speed, but he's hit the bar. I don't believe it. He's still going to get it. Well, Diaz absolutely boomed that from distance. That one wall dash got into the ball faster than Firstkiller realized. And Firstkiller thought he was in. He turned away. So
Firstkiller could have got. Yeah, he could have gotten it.
He
went for the boost.
He thought it was in. I think he was just trying to escape the goal explosion, and it didn't go in. That's unbelievable. We do see Diaz take it to game 5 with a wall dash, a zero boost wall dash to get himself into position. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, we're going to be running late on this round as well, guys. I hope you don't mind, because this is impossible now to stay on time. Too many game 5s. And Firstkiller and Diaz scoring so many goals as well. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Diaz? Possession, 65% in this game. Field control as well. Obviously, Firstkiller's got a ton of boost usage, but what are your thoughts on him in this matchup now, going into Game 5 against FK? I think they've gone Game 5 every time they played, actually.
Yeah, you told me watching Diaz I'd be in for a treat because I haven't watched a full series of him, and I have been absolutely blessed here today. His odds against Firstkiller in this one, he's been looking solid. I want to see, look, it's just what I want to see, I think. It's not a matter of if he's going to win with it. I want to see some air dribbles from across the map.
Yes.
That's what I want to see.
The back wall air dribbles. Yeah, I've just checked. So, Stage 1, Diaz beat Firstkiller in Game 5. Stage 2, Firstkiller, well, actually, sorry, Stage 2, Diaz beat Firstkiller in Game 5. Then, just last week, Firstkiller beat Diaz in Game 5. So, their total game score in all of their Salt Mine matches is completely tied. They're very, very similar in ability, it would seem, with multiple matchups played. But this is it. They're currently at 7 wins apiece between all of their matches. And this is to decide who's going to have the winning record at the end of today. Loser has to play for tournament survival in the next round. Or not the next round, actually. The last round of the day. Winner of this will advance straight into the top 4 and get on the opposite side of the bracket from Daniel, which I think is also a key thing to mention.
Yeah, I don't think any of these players would be wanting to play Dan.
He's looking pretty good this weekend, Rizzo.
Diaz has looked pretty good as well.
Yes.
He's looked pretty solid there, Johnny.
That's a perfect flick as well to start things off. He's not had the best success with flicks, but usually what we see from Diaz ground game is threats that kind of condition his opponent into worrying about his ground game, and then he'll hit them with like a full pitch air dribble or a much more dangerous play once they give him space. But that time it just worked out. He just got a goal, and now here he comes in the air. Lean back reset. Huge flick! Oh my goodness, how did he lift that? Firstkiller was right in front of him, but Diaz just scooped it into the roof of the net.
You're spot on. He got so much height here, but I love the lean back. Oh man, the lean back on the reset already got his momentum going one way.
Yeah, he kind of just kept rolling with it. He just very efficient setup. Just kept on air rolling backwards and then flip backwards all in one motion. Firstkiller trying to pass to himself. Oh my goodness, he got a flip reset there to actually play the ball. And a monster of a flick goes off the crossbar. Firstkiller with power, but just not enough accuracy.
Firstkiller had to be careful there. He has to be careful here too. He's done it. He's absolutely done it.
Oh no. I mean, it happens to everyone, I guess. Firstkiller misses the boost and he reverses back for it. I mean, probably knew as he was doing that it's just not the play. Diaz 3-0. It's looking like game 1 all over again.
Yeah, Firstkiller with a huge blunder there. Need to get the mental right, but a kickoff loss probably won't help him. Diaz once again starts up the air dribble. I mean, we know exactly what to expect. A flip reset though. Where's he going with it? Oh, it's a fake, and Firstkiller reads it. Has a chance to shoot on the other end. Just needs the placement. Didn't.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, I didn't think he trusted his shot there, and so he didn't flip into it, but he still got it on target.
Yeah, he just went for full placement here, so he'd have the recovery afterwards. Obviously, if he dodges here, then he might land awkwardly on the wall, but still able to slot it, and Diaz was not ready. The fact the shot came out in that slope maybe like caught Diaz off guard, and there's your fake
the full
kickoff.
fake. I've been looking for this.
And look where he ends up. He's in his back corner. Firstkiller's fake to ceiling challenge should get Diaz not to air dribble from his own back corner. That's actually once meta, ladies and gentlemen. You wouldn't believe it if you're watching 1-2 years ago that would be a play. Ceiling shot by Diaz. 4-1. Firstkiller wanted to demo him in the back corner, but he couldn't get there fast enough. Diaz just got away from him. Oh, he was very close, wasn't he? I think Firstkiller might have actually clipped him, but no bump, no demo. Diaz up by 3.
I love the bit of 4D chess we're seeing on that back half from Firstkiller taking that ceiling challenge, but Diaz making every little bit of space count. This shot will be a bit off target. Firstkiller won't have much boost to work with, and he gets demoed.
Oh.
Diaz just has to tap, but he's going to waste a little bit of extra seconds though. And now he'll secure the goal.
One less second for Firstkiller to work with. Yeah, there's nowhere to go there. He was kind of a sitting duck in his own back wall. If he jumps off the back wall, I mean, how's he going to get back to the ball? So he was probably just hoping that Diaz would try and read him moving, and Diaz did. Diaz just drove straight into him. So 5-1. Firstkiller has not really switched up his kickoff at all. I'm looking at how these kickoffs are going. He's losing the vast majority of them, and now he's turned around on the spot and misaligned himself for Diaz's shot. Firstkiller's got to be frustrated here because he just covered one back covered one corner, but not the other. He's got to go for a different kickoff, though. He's just losing, simply. He should, on this one, he's got to be flipping to the right when he reaches the ball. That's where Diaz has been open.
Watch Firstkiller POV here. We'll see if he jiggles his camera. He did it this time. Every time he lost the kickoff, he's been waving his camera around like he's upset. It's a visual read.
Oh, you know, this
it's a mental game.
This is kind of brutal as well for Firstkiller. He had the right idea on that kickoff, but he just messed it up mechanically. So now he's going to concede again.
What?
Diaz 7-1. This is not the game 5 I expected, but it's looking like Diaz is going to be in the top 4, and Firstkiller will have to try again later on today. I mean, he's got loads of time, but nothing working out for Firstkiller right now.
Yeah, there's been a lot of mistakes from Firstkiller here in this final game, and Diaz has capitalized on every single one of them. Firstkiller just can't make a bad move. But he does it again. He keeps doing it.
Diaz dodged the demo. Firstkiller, he's trying to even out these positions, but Diaz just one step ahead of him.
Little head fake.
This is a brutal, brutal game. Diaz has dominated kickoffs. I think Firstkiller took way too long to switch it up. The most open side has been on Diaz, or on Firstkiller's left here. That's where he should be going. But now Diaz is faking him. I mean, he can't get any kickoff wins. Diaz has been brilliant. Firstkiller still has so much time.
No
but
way.
Again, it's going to be Diaz.
Is that going to be a go next? An FF? I mean, a demo like that is the tilter.
Yeah.
That one is always a tough one to deal with. But Firstkiller's hanging in there. His mental's strong. Potentially. We'll see.
If you got to think to yourself, if my opponent is winning by 8 inside the first half of the game, I just have to win by 8 in the second half of the game.
Exactly.
It's obviously a bit harder because your opponent can play safer once they know they have an 8-goal lead. But the other cool thing is that if you get an 8-goal comeback at once, I think that's actually the world record.
So what about a 9-goal comeback? Would that also be the world record?
That would be the world record.
That would also
be the biggest comeback I've ever seen in a competitive 1v1 is 7. I've seen a few 6s, never seen an 8. So yeah, Firstkiller, he's got more than half the game to play with though, so obviously he can pull it off if anyone can. You need kickoff wins to get any kind of comeback, and he's not had many of those in this game. Not enough switches. Firstkiller earlier on in this series was winning a lot of kickoffs, but Diaz has adapted and now turned his tune. Okay, there's one. Firstkiller starts the comeback, and if he keeps scoring at that kind of rate, it is doable.
He just needs 8 more kickoff goals to go. Look at this, the flip reset over Diaz, and there's still hope.
Yeah, well, what would you do, Riz, if you need a kickoff goal right now? What would you do on the slight offset spawn to the right?
What would I do on the slight offset spawn to the right? I would go to the left of the ball and hit it to the right. Just
there
like
he
this.
Is. And it worked. Firstkiller playing Rizzo's idea. Now wants the immediate goal. Diaz too fast though. Even with just one boost to his name, he can build up so much speed with the wave dashes. And it's right back to square one for Firstkiller, who stays alive, but can he score? Oh, I think even Firstkiller might have missed it. I don't believe it. The one thing you expect Firstkiller to always have is the long shot. He has completely missed it, and that might be it, ladies and gentlemen. 11-2. Firstkiller motionless in the midfield.
Don't call it just yet, Johnny. There's still time on the clock.
There is a lot of time.
We have an absolute thriller game 5 here, and it is neck and neck. A minute 59 to go. Firstkiller only needs 9.
He's still, to be fair, he does look like he's still going for it. He's not trolling. He's actually going for the comeback.
I'm proud of him. I appreciate the mental fortitude to actually stay in this one. I would have FF 3 minutes ago.
Imagine how tilting it would be if Diaz just dribbled the ball back at some point. Okay,
oh, here he is!
Bang!
He is so back!
A huge goal by Firstkiller to cut the lead down to 8.
Mobile 1 rejoice! Firstkiller back on the board.
And a beautiful goal at that. So much time left in the clock for Firstkiller. Can he keep winning kickoffs? If you want kickoff goals, you've got to go massive to the left here, Firstkiller. Oh, he's getting fake. No, Diaz is just, he's too cringe for Firstkiller to come back.
He's too cringe. Oh, and he'll just tap it in. Wait, it's actually high, potentially.
Oh, the save, and it's not even that's going to work. That's a brilliant save by Firstkiller to crossbar pinch it down, but Diaz is not showing any mercy here. Hats off to Diaz. A lot of players would have kind of just trolled with this kind of lead and then maybe started to lose that massive goal lead you built. But he is just playing on as if it's 0-0 every single goal, every single kickoff, still bringing out the strats. And yeah, this guy is a contender for sure.
Yeah, he has had essentially flawless kickoffs, it seems.
Oh my
and flawless
word.
offense. It doesn't matter what Firstkiller does. I think it's just a goal.
That's absolutely
It's what it feels like.
actually brutal. 13-3. This is one of the most brutal beatdowns I've seen ever. And I never thought Firstkiller would be the player on the receiving end of it.
Oh yeah, I was actually about to mention. I don't know if this is one of the more brutal ones because I've seen Renegades play. I've seen CJ in action, so I'm sure we've seen much worse than this.
CJ's in the background calling this as brutal of a beatdown as Season 7. These guys will not stop roasting each other. And little Diaz is, yeah, Firstkiller does call GG's. I mean, he genuinely was trying to come back here, to be fair, but it was so hard. Diaz never let his guard down, and you know, some players would have let their guard down there with even 3 minutes left. It might look ridiculous to be trying to come back from 8 goals down, but Firstkiller knows what he can do. He knows if he gets on a roll, he can actually score that many goals in 3 minutes, of course. So if Diaz let his guard down, let him back into it, maybe like 5-6 goal game on. But yeah, Diaz too disciplined, advances to the top 4, and it's actually Firstkiller and Daniel. We're going to be on the same side of the bracket. Diaz is going to be on the other side of the bracket now. If we'll take a look at that in a minute. That's huge for Diaz. So do we know
who Diaz plays?
Not yet.
Okay.
Diaz will play the winner of the non-Firstkiller side of the bracket, basically, which is exactly where Daniel is as well. So that's why this match was so important. You're not just moving on to top 4, but you're dodging Daniel a little bit longer. And Daniel's been the top dog in Salt Mine 3 for NA. Well, Firstkiller's been right there with him for the most part, but now Diaz, kind of that third player, looks like he could be a contender. I'm convinced. Like, this he's amazing.
Yeah, I think I was super impressed with Diaz as well.
Let's take a look at the bracket, and you guys can see the journey ahead of Firstkiller. And yeah, you can see there that you switch sides after the semi-finals, so you don't get rematches. Firstkiller, if he wins his semi-final later on today, he'll play Daniel tomorrow, immediately for top 4. Diaz is waiting for the winner of AJ versus Cosmic to play Wavy. So one of AJ, Cosmic, Wavy, and Diaz will be in the grand final for Salt Mine 3 North America, which is incredible. Now, guys, we're running a bit late here because we've had a couple of pauses, lots of Game 5s, but we're just going to keep rolling on. We've got 2 more matches. Next up is going to be AJ versus Cosmic. We're going to be checking out the other side of the bracket here. So, yeah, tune in just a few minutes' time. We're going to get that one set up for you. And I think CJ might be joining us again. He looks ready.
He looks ready.
We'll be right back.